చెప్పట్లేదు కన్నా
ఫోన్ కొనలేదు బావా.
ఇదేనా
So you are able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, these PPTs you can
Yes,
see.
sir. Yes, sir. It is visible in full screen.
Okay, thank you. So welcome to the fifth session of the lecture. This today we will discuss about Michael Faraday, who was nothing but could able to create the discoveries after discoveries. Most of the time, we as a technocrat, those who know technology, the mechanical engineering people, when they take course in electrical engineering, they never take interest. And till today, although all the IITs, we have taken great scholars, but innovation was something which doesn't require a great degree or big intelligence. Innovation comes from humbleness. One must understand, in the Bhagavad Gita, it says that pranipatena sevaya upadekyanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarsina. So this is what Michael Faraday's life is consist of. He is from the child who is very humble, because when somebody is very poor, they are generally humble. Today morning, I was speaking to a boy, and his grandfather used to bring milk for supplying here. And this boy came today for giving milk. So I just asked him, "What is your name?" He told, "My name is Amrish Kumar." I told, "You came with a big cycle, you are able to ride it and balance yourself?" He told, "Yes, sir." So when the point of the requirement comes, people became very humble. And because they do not have facilities like all the IITians have, so they generally, naturally, humbleness is you can find out in their lives. And this humble attitude, anyone, whoever humbleness is there, they can create revolution in whole over the world. Whether you are a physicist, whether you are a philosopher, whether you are chemical, whether you are computer, if humbleness is there, you will see that you are actually growing and growing and growing, both material and spiritual, and you can reach the pinnacle of success by discovering many things. And people cannot even think how you discover. And that is a greatness of this Michael Faraday. And I can tell a very beautiful story before entering into the life of Michael Faraday. One of the student, he came from a district called in Odisha. There is a Kalahandi district. He came to IIT Kanpur in the first year. So I asked him, by looking at his dress, by looking at him, you can understand that he is never grown up very in a sophisticated way. His pant will have 2-3 holes. His shirt will have somewhere teared, and he has stitched himself only by using a small this thing. And he is going to college, and people, and in IIT, people even don't look at him. He came alone from that place. And one day I happened to meet him. So I asked him, Sasdev, so from where you came? He told that I came from Kolhapur. I told, how do you study? You came to IIT Kanpur. So he told, no, I was very poor. And I used to come to attend my school 25 kilometers every day by walk. If he gets sometime some cycle, he will ask them to help them. But most of the time, he will come by walk, and he will reach to the school early morning, 7:30. He will start from his house and reach to the school around 11:30. And he 2 o'clock he will come back, and he will come back to his home by evening. And because village area, so people they go by cycle, they help him. So like that. And he came to IIT Kanpur. This is how you do not think that, oh, I am scrutinizingly, I am reading the everything I read, the physics I read, chemistry I read, mathematics, biology. Then I became electrical engineer. We can invent many things. It's not like that. Those who are very humble, they could able to create revolution. So today is we will discuss about Michael Faraday. That I also became very happy when I was teaching to electrical machines. I always read about Faraday's, but today I am thank you very much that by all of your presence, I could able to read the life of Michael Faraday, which is very inspiring. So in 1791, he took birth in the southern part of London. And his father was just a blacksmith, okay? And mother is a great calm wisdom who support her son. That was the family life of India, actually. The India also, you will see, many people they ask that what is the work of a housewife? You see, a housewife whole day, morning to evening, they cater both the emotional and spiritual quest of the children. And that is what the India used to have the united. For example, I was just hearing the story of a village in the northern part of our Meghalaya. So in that village, so many people, when somebody's house destroyed by fire, all the villagers, they will go and they will go to forest and bring bamboos and make their house, make the nice house for him. It is not that his house is burnt in the fire, so we are happy. No, they help each other and they will build a house. Then all the ladies, they will sit together because in their house, nothing is there. What they can give to this one, next day, all the ladies, they will come together and they will help each other and they will give, somebody will give an utensil, somebody will give some wood, somebody will give grain. Like that, the Indian villages, they were self-sufficient. That is why in 1832, when Macaulay visited India, he visited all breadth and length of India, but he did not find a single beggar in India. And everybody is so spiritually enriched that it is very difficult to enter into the culture of India. So like that, this great woman also, this great mother also, she was emotionally supporting the child, but very poor when because the Michael was the youngest among all the three children, and his father had three children, he was our youngest. And because his father was sick, always he was sick, and this child was supporting the father, and he was very poor, and even he struggled to get two-time bread also, and that is why he got basic education, and then he was great faith in God's law and nature's law. Then he, at the age of up to 13, age of 13, he studied the basic education. You can know that nowadays up to 13 means you can study up to 6th, 7th class. Okay. And then at the age of 14, he find a job. he find a job in a book binder, okay, and he bookshop, and he used to work there. But every time he take that very beautiful teachings from there, and every day while binding the book, they will read. And this is what if you go to any time, you go to any country, outside you will find the people, they will go on reading many books. If they get a book, they will read. Whereas in India, if you get a Bhagavad Gita, people will take and put in the near the altar, and they will pray and give the incense for the. No, actually, book must be read, and you must gather the knowledge. I have seen many times, in especially when during PhD, when I was working with and the high-speed train in near Paris. In that place, I have seen that people, when they get a book from the book vendor, they will go on reading till it finishes. So this is what the habit of the foreign people I have seen. And he used to read. That's why study of nature, a way to discover the manifestations of God. So this is the greatest aspect of those who created revolution, because they understand that everything, whatever they are able to do, because of the manifestation of God. For example, you see the nature, many things you will find on that. Anything you take, for example, a tree, just you give the light and heat in one direction, the tree will turn towards you. That means, does the tree hears? Yes, they hears. Only few people they recognize. Many things actually. That is why today biological control, bio-inspired system. So that is nothing but the study of biology for the welfare of the mankind. Okay, to learning from that one. And he read many books actually, and he was greatly impressed by reading the book Conversation in Chemistry. In many things, and tetride and electricity, Kelvin that time, and galvanometer were the electrical. And this electricity, he got a book, which is the observation of Kelvin and Galvano. And he got that book, and he was just reading that book. He became so inspired that how it is. And he became, and he read chemistry. And you think that anything today, for example, last time we were working in a project. So our director told that, Ranjan, IoT is our bread and butter in computer science. How you took this IoT project? I told, no, sir, anything we can learn. IoT is not for computer science, or machines is not for only electrical. You go a householder, a lady in India, they use grinder and they know how to control it. Also, a big engine, the traction motor, the electrical, the train. So a ITI person who do not know what is there inside engine, but he could be able to control and run the train engine for as a driver. So that is not that people, that is the biggest mistake today in the Indian education system, that, oh, sir, it is not my field of research. What is your field of research then? Why you are a researcher then? Anything starting from chemistry to mathematics to physics to biology, everything can be utilized. Whatever, that is why it is called interdisciplinary knowledge. When somebody doesn't have interdisciplinary knowledge, they cannot have a good idea of discovering the things. And that is what today, most of the time, we feel that, oh, the sentiment research ideas, few days it will work. After that, you will see that this research ideas fails. And those who do the research, they are no more interested. You go to big, big universities, those who are in the level of professor, they are not interested at all because they never want to add their life, something better or some other things into their life. Only the sentiment research, for example, I'm electrical. Only electrical. No, there are many things. Big data, AI, so many things you can add together that will add your value of your research. Okay. So that is what he built many in that way. He read that one and he tried to read all this. Then he became the electrochemical experiment he started, and he got inspired by doing this. And Faraday, at the age of 21, managed to discover the principle of electrolysis, which is the basis today. Electrolysis is a great thing. You go to any, for example, in HL, when in Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, when you make the turbine blades. So once that blade is made, this is made in tensile steel, and with this is, then they will have a coating of the by using this electrolysis. There will be a coating of silver so that there will be no corrosion. So in that one, then he got by the, he says that Michael, he says that Faraday, he says that by the God's arrangement, okay, the God's arrangement, he got an opportunity to attend the lecture of Humphrey Davy of the Royal Institute, and John Tatum, the founder of the City Philosophical Society. When he attended, and what he did, he was not only attending, and whatever he was speaking, he used to write down, and everything he was very neatly making that note. And he made a 300-page note on his lecture and his discovery also. He added that one. And in that 300 page, he has gifted to him. And as soon as he gifted him, and Devi became so happy that who could able to do, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was in, there was a very great scholar long back, in 500 years back. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and appeared in Navadip in West Bengal. Navadip, he appeared there. And that time, there was a great scholar. His name was Digvijay Pandit. He traveled all over India, and he came to Nimai Pandit. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was just a teacher. He started a Gurukul. He was a very small Nimai Pandit. He was known as. And he was sitting near the Ganga River. And when this Digvijay Pandit came, all the people in Navadip, they left their home because this Digvijay Pandit is so powerful. When he speaks, he defeats everybody. In those periods, people used to defeat by using logic. So this Digvijay Pandit, when he came and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting on the bank of river Ganga, and Digvijay Pandit told, "Oh, who are you? Are you Nimai Pandit?" He told, "Yes, I am Nimai Pandit." So he told, "I am Digvijay Pandit. I came here to fight with you." So Nimai Pandit told, "Okay," he's very humble. And he told, "Okay, you want to fight in logic. Can you just say a few verses glorifying Mother Ganga?" So he glorified 108 verses, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remembered all the verses. And then he find out the mistake in the 60, 63 verse, 65 verse, every verse he remembered. And then he became astonished how he could be able to find out. And this is what those who are the special those who were gifted by having the humbleness with God consciousness, they automatically imbibe the good qualities, whatever there in this world. So he said, after that, that Devi became very happy. And he also lost his eyesight in the accident. So he employed him as an assistant. And Faraday, who was even could not able to pass elementary education, he is joined as a chemistry laboratory assistant under him. And he started and assisting everyone in that laboratory. And he got in 1832, University of Oxford, granted an honorary Doctor of Civil Law degree, and then elected as a member of Royal Society in 1824. He became also the first Fulbright professor of chemistry in 18. Then he was elected as a foreign honorary member of the American Academy of Art and Science, and elected foreign member of the Royal Swedish Academy, and he was one of the 8 foreign members elected to the French Academy of Science, and he got many awards actually. Okay, and then Faraday succeeded liquefying several gases actually, and he has invented the Bunsen's burner. Okay, used in the science, you know, na? If you go to in your plus 2 maybe, the burner is there, you put a small, what you call test tube glass, and then you burn it and boil it like that. So that burner he invented. He discovered benzene, laws of electrolysis, and he has started the terminology of the anode, cathode, electrode, and ion. And you can see that he is the one of the person who reported what later metallic nanoparticles. And he has also started electromagnetic rotation. And homopolar motor is a direct current motor, like you have a 2 magnet, and these 2 magnets, you put a rotating device, and you will see that if there is a rate of change of that is homopolar motor, only 2 pole, and that 2 pole motor. Okay, homopolar motor means 2 pole motor. And then he is a founder of the foundation of electromagnetism. He discovered, and electric motor and transformer is the biggest thing, that although there are many people like Scott, there are many people that try to find out, but the transformer, first transformer he could able to build. Once he got a magnet, a circular magnet. In that magnet, in one side, he put a coil, and from the other side, he connected to a lamp load. He understood that, yes, there is an electromagnetic. How he understood? He understood just like a river. When you jump in a river, the river waves, they connect. You are not going to other terminal of the river, but the energy what you spend to dispel the water from the river, that same energy is going and touching to other side of the river. So how it is possible? That means if there is some kind of energy that can be transferred without any medium also. So you must create a medium so that this reflection you can get out other side. And that is the how he could able to understand the electromagnetism very beautifully, because he used to go to the river side, he will sit there, and then he will throw a big stone and understand, oh, this, when he throw a stone, the stone lies there, the waves reach other corner of this pond. So this is what he tried to analyze that one and try to understand that one. Then he started, when these waves you stop it means some kind of you are giving the braking or you are loading the system. And then he started analyzing the how to load that into that, how this mechanical electrical energy can produce a mechanical energy. That is nothing but when the waves are going, you try to stop it. That means what is there? There is a loading effect on the machine. So after an intent, that how he has developed, and then he invented electrical transformer, the dynamo, and you will find that dynamo was very popular when I was a child. That time, if somebody purchased a cycle, if there is a dynamo is there, and in that cycle cost 500 more that time. And people, those who purchase with dynamo, there will be one light, and they will become very happy that yes, my cycle has light also. So people will come to run that cycle and see the dynamo. And he has also concept of lines of force. And Michael Faraday invented the cage. Today, in high voltage engineering, if you go to IIT Kanpur, there is a Faraday's cage where you generate 10,000 kV voltage, and there is a cable inside you can operate. Outside, if you will do it, you will burn yourself. That is what they neutralize the effect of the complete the complete the electrical discharge, okay, to the ground. And then he has constructed this Faraday's cage, and then how to he discovered that the safety against the lightning, microwave protection for electronics goods, etc. And today we want to design the wireless power transfer. And people are thinking in IIT Bombay, there is a research, there is a thesis I just examined last month, and that was that in a balloon, you put a big solar panel, and that balloon flies in the solar panel, in the air, and from there, all side of the balloon, there is a solar panel. From there, by using microwave, you bring this light to the ground. And that is called the microwave tower. Okay, like that tower, from there you collect the sun energy, then you convert into the microwave intensity, then you pass here. So that is what in the IIT Bombay, they were doing the research actually. So the problem is that when you transfer this energy at a high level, like during microwave level, then automatically anybody come in the front, he will be destroyed or some part of his body may burn. So that is how it is another challenge today. Till today, nobody could able to discover this one. And this challenge, the scientific community can take up, that how to protect microwave. And he did in those period time. And then he had also the magneto-optical phenomena he studied, and then he had studied the rotation of the plane of polarization. Is also he has studied, and then how the magnetic field in the direction of propagation. For example, you know that whenever there is a big cable, I was working in Hindustan Aeronautics during that time, a 33 cable was burst in the one side. Then what we did, we would try to connect these two cables, 33 kV. So we connect, then we try to melt and try to connect both the cable. But because of that connection, they are again reflecting the wave, which is causes the electromagnetic interference with other equipment. That is why these are the very intricate studies that he could able to do during those periods. And he also discovered all material diamagnetic, And that is that the diamagnetic oppose the applied magnetic field, and that is how you can know the repulsion, okay, repulsion and attraction principles. And then Faraday's curve is another invention where the Faraday's curve of an electron a suspension plate in front. That means you make a charge one plate for today. In a, for example, in our electrical engineering, when there is a two capacitor plate, you will see in a big transmission line, there is no capacitance is connected to the ground. But because it is high voltage and there is a capacitor, there is a plate which is low voltage, they behave like a capacitor and they create like a that charging current will flow from there. So this is what Faraday long back he has invented. Also, he invented first rubber balloon, and he used them in the experiment with hydrogen at Royal Institute in London. And rubber balloon out of two sheets of rubber, which is covered with floor and inside, so they would not stick each other, but leave edges uncovered and pressing them together. So if you say there are nonlinear standing waves. Nonlinear means very important effect. Most of the time, it is very, very fascinating to the scientific community to think about a nonlinear system. Nonlinear system, I already told you, the system behavior never depend on your input. For example, bounded input, bounded output. For example, you send 5 volt, you got 5 volt. You got 10 volt, you got 10 volt. Or maybe some constant K, you will get that type of. But this wave, this nonlinear system, they always create a different kind of phase where you cannot understand the predicted output. For example, the Indian economy. All the people are working very hard to develop the economy, but outside you are saying you will see that the economy may not be perfect. Actually. For example, last March I was in Argentina, and one of the person he took me to one place, one hill station, and in Buenos Aires, one person he took me to hill station, and he was telling me, do you know in Argentina, the $1 Argentina dollar was equivalent to $1 in the USA. But suddenly one day whole market crashed. And today 6,000 Argentina dollar is $1 in USA dollar. And that way he was telling that is how this Argentina people became humble. I told yes. So this is how you don't know what will happen tomorrow. So that is what is the nonlinear anything, which is very. So then he invented in the burner, and then he also in the Faraday's law of induction is the biggest today. Any mechanical system, any electrical system, any electromagnetic system, without Faraday's you cannot do. There are 3 phases of the transformation of energy. One is your electrical energy, one is your magnetic energy, one is your again magnetic energy. For example, a transformer. What is a transformer? It transforms the voltage from higher level to lower, lower to higher, wherever you require. Right. So this is transforming that one. So how it does? It does from the one phase, one electrical plane to magnetic, magnetic plane to electrical. And that linking he has created, which is known as Faraday's law of electromagnet. And also he has did this effect of the process, the chemical process, like a battery, electrochemical, the battery. And then the Faraday also invented enclosure by conductive material and used to block electric field also for this one. So this is what your Faraday's cage, metal wall, and this metal wall And then when this field will come, then this will be absorbed. The negative particle will be absorbed by the positive, and that way it will neutralize. And this way, then Faraday actually died at the house of Hampton Court on 25th August 1867 at the age of 75. And Michael Faraday Memorial Design in 1961, and near his birthplace. Okay. And today you will find many school park street on his name. And what is inspiring actually? The man of spiritual dignity. If you see him, Faraday was a deeply devoted Christian and confessed his faith to the family of his wife Sarah when he met in church. And a strong sense of unity of God and nature pervade Faraday's life and work. That is what. Today, if we are a scientist, we only take the science, like one person asked to Srila Prabhupada when Prabhupada was giving a lecture in MIT. He was Indian. He told, my dear Srila Prabhupada, we need in India technology, not the spirituality. So Prabhupada told, you came here to beg Americans, but I came here to give Americans. That is the difference between you and me. And that is why you cannot understand what biggest technical knowledge I'm going to give, which is the biggest technology where the spirit and matter are combined together. But today you have a matter, you can operate by using a battery or something. But when it comes to matter and spirit interaction, not a single scientist would be able to discover till today, which is a very unsolved problem of the human race. And he was he will read the Bible, and he was always pursue worldly reward and state. He never accumulates the world reward. That today we get na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. It is said by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that those who are in that position, but they don't require any recognition, and they are the greatest man in the society. And he was so humble. If there is some people who will give him a award, he will never go there also. He was he was thinking that everything is God created. So how everything belongs to God, God must be awarded. And why I will take that award? He will always say within himself. And every one of us must receive exactly like that. And he has worked, and many people they have given that Faraday, was by any sense and by any standard a good man, and yet his goodness was not of the kind of the man make other uncomfortable in his presence. His strong personal sense of duty did not take the gate out of life. That means when you see there was a AC and DC war. Long back in 1993, there was a big conference in California. And that conference is a high voltage DC versus high voltage AC. So many scientists, they convince that now high voltage AC, DC is good. So we should convert in the high voltage transmission line to DC. And some people, they try to understand, and they are supporter of AC and DC. After some time, it is a big meet that is called the IEEE General Meet. It is a big meeting. for IEEE engineers for electrical. So everybody fighting each other, and they throw the chair, table, and it was like devastated the entire area. This is not the science. This is not the science. If a mechanical engineering they speak, for example, the machine course was taken by mechanical. So many times they will try to sleep. This is not our coursework. This is what we think. Every knowledge is very important. That you must learn from this great person like. And he also said here that nothing is too wonderful to be true if it be consist within the laws of nature and in such things as this, experiment is the best. Such consistency. That is why one of the that is what the very wonderful personality where it pleases to everyone. And it is anything you want to find out it today, technological, it is always exists. For example, you want to find out wireless wireless power transfer, people are thinking. Now in Auckland, I came long back, 2 years back, I was in New Zealand. I came in that route. I remember there is a Bombay town near Hamilton. And there is a town called Bombay. And from Hamilton to that Bombay, they have now erected a wireless power transfer. You see today, the tortoise, in the science it is there. Tortoise come and give egg on the land. But the tortoise stays in the water. Just the tortoise meditate on that land and the egg, and the egg produces the kid, which is today unknown to all of us. But you see, such a big science is there. So how many of us knows how the connection which is there in the land somewhere, and the tortoise is some animal, and he could able to communicate from the water to the land without any mechanical device. And if you see the egg laid down by the fish just looking at the egg will create a child. It is not there. Even a human being, we are so advanced today, nobody could able to create such a birth as the nature has. Therefore, in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.29.33, therefore, I do not find a great person than he who has no interest outside of mind and who therefore engage and dedicate all his activities and all his life, everything unto me without cessation. So what should be without any sense of proprietorship? Nowadays, the people, as soon as they find little bit, they try to put a patent. This is my patent. So long back, I was in Germany. So Germany people have patented the neem tree, where neem tree is produced in India. You will not find anything in Germany, but they patented the neem tree is patented by Germany. So that is how we want that proprietorship. Anything, it is mine. That is the biggest mistake of today's education. Today's what you will learn. And what should be an attempt to reveal the glories of the truth? It is not that, I got this one, but credit gives. So credit must go who is sustaining you, not that you achieve. I'm like that. Many IAS I have seen, they will tell that when they are IAS topper, how do you get? My hard work. So many people, they do hard work. Why you have alone got? There must be something. Like a big scientist, his name, I forgot what is his name. He was traveling from Stuttgart to England. While coming, there is a plane crash, and alone he survived. All others, they died. Then he was thinking that if everyone has died and I have survived today, if physical law is equal for everyone, how I have survived? There must be supernatural law which is beyond this physical law which we know. That is what they told. Philosophical research should always have a great purpose for all, purpose of welfare for all. So that is why in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says that Shreya madhe kauna shreya jivera hoya sara Krishna bhakta sangha bina shreya nahi yara. Then how? You need a great association. And what kind of association? Like Michael Faraday, although he was taking association always in the church, in the form of Bible. He was a full believer of the nature. He was imbibing the natural laws within himself, try to find out the reflection. The nature's law, when it will reflect to you, then that is nothing but the creation or evolution or the creation or development of many theories. So that is how this, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked to Rai Ramananda that out of all auspicious and beneficial activities, which is the best for the living entity? And then again Rai Ramananda told the greatest welfare is Atho atyantikam khemam pruchhamo bhavatannadha naghaha sansarosmin kshanadhepi satsangaha sevadrinunam. Oh, therefore, O completely sinless one, I ask you to kindly tell me what the supreme good is. After all, even half a moment's association with pure devotee within this world of birth and death is a priceless treasure for any man. And this is the greatest thing. And that is why here says, Etavam janna safalyam dehinam iha dehisu prane arthe dhiya vacha shreya acharanam sada. It is the duty of the every living entity to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others, with his life, wealth, intelligence, and words. That is what we are forgotten when we became educated. Most of the educated people, they forget that we must do the welfare activities for others. And that is the biggest thing, which the most valuable thing in the human form of life, we forget. And that is why today the science, what we are learning, it makes more chaotic, rather it makes smoothness, like the Michael Faraday. He had both the science and the spiritual consciousness, and both were running together like a two-wheel in engine, which was moving forward. And that is why it is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life, wealth, intelligence, and words. Whatever capacity you have, you must give to the society. The Bhagavatam says that it is the duty of an advanced human being to act in such a way as to facilitate human society's attainment of the ultimate goal of life. And we must, everyone must contribute something for the society if he thinks that he is an educated man. So that is how the Bhaktivedanta Club also associated with many welfare activities here, and Bhaktivedanta Club since last 10 years, we are going to different, very less privileged people, those who have not got any, they're not privileged like all of you. So we go and give the whatever capacity to serve them. In that way, we are connecting both scientifically. Many villages, they do not have even power, so we supply many solar trees. So everyone, whatever discovery we do, we must extend to the society, not to create a startup and for creating money. That we should do, but we should also keep in mind those who are not able to pay, we must give them free of cost also. So thank you very much. And I must thank to my students, my 5 students, they prepared these slides, and they also, I send material and they made it, and I'm very thankful to them. And I am also thankful to everyone for joining this session. Hope you got something from this class. Hope you all will be blessed by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And thank you so much. If anybody has any questions or comment, we can discuss. It is right time. Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks a lot for joining this one. And again, we will meet next week. And I am very thankful, and I am praying to all of you that you have joined here in this session, and for that you have given an opportunity to speak something both spiritual and material. Right?
So some question in that was.
Shiv Shankar, you have.
There are some questions in chat box.
Can you read it?
First question is, what is the science of bhakti? From Vivekanand.
Okay. The science of bhakti is spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The science of bhakti means the pure love of Godhead. The love, the highest form of love. For example, we love somebody. I love the kids. Then after they grown up, slowly this love increases. And at a time, that love is cut into 2 pieces at any time. If, for example, I love my somebody, my grandfather long back, and my grandfather left, and there is no love remains. Even if I want to love him, he's not there at all. And today I want to take him to some place, Vrindavan. He's no more today. So that anything you take in this material world, that love going to end one day. And that is why in love also changes with respect to time and circumstances. If there's a good relationship with that. But when that love is actually never-ending love, and that's why it's called the Shaspat love. That's why the gopis, when they were singing when the Krishna left them, and they did not become angry. They were singing. They were singing that my dear Lord, Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. They are singing the glories of the Lord. Not like that they left means, he left means they are not thinking anything or became angry on him. No, that is called the bhakti. Bhakti means the love of Godhead. Anybody has, whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, if they have love of Godhead, then that is bhakti. If there is no love of Godhead, if it changes with respect to circumstances, then that is not. The ultimate goal of human life is to get that love. And that is good. Okay. Yeah. And then another one, where does science and spirituality meet? Yes. The science and spirituality, they are co-parallel path. There's just two paths. They're leading to same goal. Like those who are spiritualists, they are already scientists. That is why Muni, what is the spirituality? Spirituality is both theory and practical. And science, many times you see how many of us we have seen an atom or a molecule. After that, we believe. We have never believed. For example, our mother told that he is your father. Everybody believes. And if you don't, you have to believe that one. There is no other authority even. So that is how the science and spirituality, there is no difference. A spiritualist can be a better scientist. But a better scientist cannot become a spiritualist. That is how the Pauli, the great Nobel laureate Pauli's exclusive principle in physics. And he studied the physics and gave Pauli's exclusive principles. And his psychiatry was Carl Jung. They both were sitting in the fourth floor, and Carl Jung told, I am your psychiatric advisor, and you are a Nobel laureate, but you are not happy and I am not happy. So let us jump from this fourth floor. They both jumped to the ground and died. Such a great scientist. What was lacking? He was Nobel laureate. The lacking was the spiritual, the aspect of life you do not know. When you see your life is so beautiful, and then the life with spirituality, that makes it durable and sustainable. And with science, it will always give frustration. That is why many research scholars in IIT Kanpur, they become frustrated. You go to IIT Bangalore. Why people, they do suicide? They will not get a job, they will get a job. So where is the frustration comes? So you go to many professor level people, they're frustrated because they are really don't like at the end when they discovered everything. After they got promotion to a professor, they are not interested in science at all. So that we must understand. They both parallel path and both are required. For example, you want to take food, you need a plate. You need a plate and put the plate. You will say that, no, I don't require plate to eat rice, dal. I'll put in the ground. Then you will get more disease. So you require a plate, but the plate should not be very big rice must be little bit, no. Plate and rice, you must both required for your sustenance, you require to put in the plate and then eat it. It's a simple thing. So this is what science and technology. A spiritualist, they never disbelieve in science. Whereas a great scientist also, they never disbelieve in spiritualist. So spiritual, all the Munis, they were scientists. All the Munis, they were scientists. All the great Rishis, they are scientists. So also, we also scientists, day and night, we stay in the lab and work. And Shiv Shankar, what is the best use of time in youth like us? The best use of this, your time is engage in the welfare activities of others. Engage welfare activities of others and serving from where you are getting the knowledge. Okay. These two activities keep you in the perfect position and you will have very completely, you will become very happy in your life. Okay. Then religion and spirituality difference, no difference. Religion and spirituality, both. If you become a religious, you can become better scientist actually. Religion and spirituality, most of the time we do not know what is a religion. Religion taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jiver Swarupa hai Nitya Krishna Das. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that Jiv ke Swarup hai Krishna ke Das. And that is the religion for everyone, not for only human being, even for a dog, cat, even a bird, even a beast, even a tree, everyone, Jiva. Nitya Krishna Das. The religion is not some kind of the Hindu, Muslim, Christian. These are some kind of faith we created. You will never find in the Vedas the word as a Christian, Muslim, Hindu. That words are not there in the Vedas. Quran, Upanishad, you go to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, nowhere it is there. What we consider as a religion. So if you are thinking your religion is to love of God. That is the only religion. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jiver Swarup hai Nitya Krishna Das. Jiv ka Swarup hai Bhagavan ki Das. And to establish your relationship between you and God, that is the highest religion in this world. And that is what the religion and spirituality. Spirituality, that dharma, artha, kama, moksha, those who are earning money and they do little dharma, they do little kama also, they have desire, material desire. And then they produce some economic development. They think that they are spirituality. Like now Navaratri. 9 days they will become spirituality. After 9 days again the same work they will do. 9 days they will become the Vaishnava, like, oh, nahin, ye nahin kare, wo nahin. Nahin, spirituality means those who are continually, always, irrespective of time, space, and the position, they can do practice. That is the real spirituality. Okay. So there is religion without science is lame. Science without religion is blind. It is right. Thank you, Prabhu. Ramarao Prabhu is a professor. Okay, he's a professor in Andhra Pradesh. So he's an English professor. So he know better than me also. Okay, and still he asked the Jnana Vijnana Sahitam. Whenever a spiritual knowledge comes, spiritual knowledge is really come both with Gyan and Vigyan, knowledge and science. And that is why the knowledge, the religion, what we consider nowadays, religion means some kind of faith. It is not religion actually. The religion means the scientifically understanding the nature of the spirit and matter. And the spirit and matter, which is you will never find anywhere. You see, you have a car, if there is a spirit soul sitting there driving, then only car moves. Similarly, this body is a completely material body, but there is somebody which is driving this body. And to find out that relationship or connection with that person, with yourself, like हम लोग इलेक्ट्रिक गाड़ी बनाते हैं, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल. सो इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल में इलेक्ट्रिकल ब्रेकिंग सिस्टम जल्दी हो जाता है. मैकेनिकल ब्रेकिंग क्या होता है? It will create more friction, more power. So what we, when you synchronize electrical and mechanical power, then your electric vehicle will go. If suddenly you give brake, then the entire whole electrical vehicle will fall down. So exactly, this is they call the religion and the science. They both are each other, because the religious practice also you try to discover many things, which is called the realization. In the science, you discover many things, which is called the theories. They both are same. And without the relationship with them, there is no, you will find that always you will find there is always exploiting each other. When you see both are in the same light, you will see that both are cooperating each other. And that is called the holistic education system or holistic science. Okay? So that is how the science and technology are connected. Thank you. I could able to answer or not, I don't know. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So thank you everyone for joining, and I wish that we should have more and more connection, and we should join. Everybody try that their friends should join. It is our effort that at least we reach to all over India, and people should participate. And in that way, they get both. They will become very good scientists, holistic scientists. They will become. We should not become a demoniac scientist. We should become holistic scientists. So both science and spirituality combined together, and everyone will go. Okay? Thank you very much.